Take a deep breath now and allow each inhalation and exhalation to become a bridge connecting your heart to the infinite presence of God. Feel the air entering and leaving your lungs like a silent prayer, a gentle murmur of gratitude rising naturally to the Creator. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself wrapped in a soft, welcoming light, a light that not only illuminates but warms, that soothes every tension, every worry, and invites your soul to rest in the peace that only He can provide. Listen to the stillness around you and realize that even in silence, God's voice speaks in subtle ways. Through your breath, the beat of your heart, the fleeting memories that arise and fade like serene waves. In this moment, allow yourself to be fully present, without hurry, without fear, simply aware that the divine presence is here now, surrounding you with care and boundless love. God, in His infinite greatness, upholds the heavens and the earth, yet He knows every detail of your being. He watches over every step you take, every thought, every desire that stirs within your heart. Recognizing His sovereignty is allowing humility to bloom within us, like a delicate flower opening to sun after a long night. It is understanding that everything, absolutely everything, rests in His hands. And even when life feels uncertain, His perfect wisdom and love guide the course of every moment. In acknowledging this, your heart can rise in genuine praise and gratitude, feeling the depth of His faithfulness in both visible blessings and unseen mercies. Take a moment to reflect on the many gifts that fill your life. The breath that sustains you, the body that carries you through each day, the family and friends who bring warmth and comfort, the opportunities that allow you to grow, and the lessons that shape your character. Even in moments of challenge, when shadows fall across your path, there is reason to be grateful, for God's hand is always present, steadying you, offering strength you may not even recognize. Every hardship carries with it a hidden gift. Every tear waters seeds resilience, and every act of trust in Him nurtures faith that will never falter. As you sit in the sacred awareness, allow yourself to offer words of praise, whether silently or aloud, for the boundless beauty and order creation, for the love that touches your life in subtle and profound ways, for the unwavering presence that sustains you even when you feel alone. Gratitude becomes a song of the soul, rising naturally, harmonizing with the eternal rhythm of heaven. It is here, in this state of humble recognition, that your spirit connects with the divine, feeling both awe and intimacy, reverence and comfort, as the Creator's presence fills every corner of your being. Let this reflection turn inward, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of yourself and your spiritual journey. Acknowledge your limitations, the areas where you falter, but also see the gifts and potential within you, the talents and passions that have been entrusted to you. God's love does not demand perfection. It invites honesty, openness, and surrender. It asks that you trust Him, even when the path is unclear, even when your heart trembles with uncertainty. In this surrender, you find freedom, a release from the burdens of control, a quiet assurance that His plan is unfolding perfectly and mercifully in every detail of your life. Feel the calm assurance that comes from knowing that God's presence is not distant, but intimate, as close as the breath you draw, as near as the beat of your heart. There is no need to rush, to grasp, to force understanding. In patience and stillness, clarity arises. Let your heart dwell in the sacred space, where gratitude, humility, and praise intermingle. Where the awareness of God's sovereignty brings peace that transcends circumstance. The world outside may be filled with noise and haste, but here, in this inner sanctuary, you are invited to rest, to reflect, to rejoice in the simple yet profound truth that God is always with you, guiding, protecting, loving. Consider the ways in which God's faithfulness has shown itself in your life, often in ways unnoticed. Perhaps it was a quiet word that lifted your spirit, a timely encounter that shifted your perspective, or the resilience that carried you through a difficult day. Each of these moments is a testament to His unwavering care. And as you recognize these small miracles, allow your heart to overflow with praise. Gratitude becomes not only a response, but a lens through which all of life can be seen, revealing the subtle fingerprints of divine grace in every circumstance, every relationship, every experience. Now, gently turn your attention to the promise of guidance and presence in all things. When confusion clouds your mind, when fear lingers in your heart, remember that God's wisdom is available quietly, patiently, waiting for you to seek it. Invite His insight into your decisions, His clarity into your thoughts, His peace into your emotions. This is a moment of deep connection, a sacred pause to realign your spirit with the truth that you are never alone, never abandoned, always held within the embrace of the one who knows you fully and loves you completely. Let this time of meditation cultivate not only awareness but a profound sense of gratitude. Reflect on the spiritual gifts, the inner strengths, and the moments of grace that have sustained you. Acknowledge the areas where growth is needed, yet do so with gentleness and hope, recognizing that every challenge is an opportunity for transformation, every struggle a chance to draw closer to God. In this sacred reflection, surrender your worries, your doubts, your burdens, placing them into His hands with trust and confidence, knowing that He can handle what you cannot. As your awareness deepens, embrace the quiet truth that your life is part of a larger story, a divine narrative written by God's hand. Each day, each encounter, each trial and triumph is woven into this tapestry with infinite care and purpose. Even when the path seems uncertain or the road long, there is comfort in the sovereignty of God, in the knowledge that nothing escapes His notice, that all creation moves according to His perfect will. Your trust in this truth becomes a wellspring of peace, a refuge in times of doubt, and a source of joy in moments of gratitude. Finally, allow your heart to rest in the presence of God, open, receptive, and serene. Feel the warmth of His love, the assurance of His guidance, the gentle whisper of His care. Let praise rise naturally, a reflection of the gratitude swelling within you. Know that this moment of stillness, the sacred communion, is always available, a sanctuary of peace and reflection amidst the flow of daily life. Trust in His sovereignty, rejoice in His faithfulness, and allow your soul to drink deeply from the well of His love, letting it sustain, restore, and inspire you. As you continue to breathe deeply and remain in this sacred space, lift your heart in quiet supplication, inviting God's protection and guidance into every aspect of your life. Picture His presence surrounding you like an unbreakable shield, a refuge against uncertainty, fear, and doubt. Let your spirit feel the warmth of His care as you surrender your burdens, and invite His strength to fill you. Ask for perseverance, for the courage to remain steadfast in faith even when the path is challenging, even when obstacles seem insurmountable. Request discernment, the wisdom to make decisions guided by His light, clarity in moments of confusion, and insight to recognize His gentle direction in the choices you face each day. In your vulnerability, acknowledge that His power is perfect and His understanding infinite, far beyond what you could comprehend alone, and let this awareness settle your heart in peace. Now, gently extend your prayer outward, opening your mind and spirit to intercede for those you love. Visualize your family, friends, and those dear to you wrapped in the same protective light, their hearts and minds shielded from harm, their spirits strengthened in times of weakness. Pray for their health, both of body and mind, for emotional balance and spiritual resilience. Ask that God's love manifest tangibly in their lives, filling their relationships with kindness, patience, and understanding. Imagine a moment of tension or conflict dissolving under the gentle influence of divine love, hearts opening to forgiveness, acceptance, and compassion. Let your prayer flow naturally, a river of care and hope that connects you with those you hold close, acknowledging that every blessing you receive is magnified when shared through prayer and love for others. Extend your intercession even further, toward those you may not know personally, yet whose lives are touched by pain, struggle, or hardship. Bring to God's attention those who walk through shadows of despair, whose spirits are weary from life's burdens. Pray for comfort where there is sorrow, provision where there is lack, and hope where darkness seems to reign. Picture communities across the world, their needs, their joys, their struggles, and place them gently into God's hands, trusting in His mercy and wisdom to bring restoration and peace. Reflect on the compassion God calls us to embody, understanding that empathy is not merely feeling for others, but joining in the sacred act of lifting their burdens through prayer, care, and acts of love. Imagine that every prayer whispered, every intention sent with love, contributes to a tapestry of grace, weaving together the lives of those in need with threads of hope, mercy, and divine light. As you pray, consider the delicate balance of justice, peace, and reconciliation in communities and nations. Invite God's wisdom to guide leaders and hearts alike toward decisions that honor humanity and uphold the dignity of all. Ask for courage for those who stand for justice, comfort for those who face oppression, and the gentle presence of God in places where fear or hatred may have taken root. Let your awareness expand, knowing that your intercession is a sacred act, a spiritual offering that transcends physical boundaries and touches hearts, creating ripples of divine influence far beyond what you may ever see. Allow the realization of this connection to fill you with humility, gratitude, and a renewed sense of purpose. Now, turn your attention back to yourself and reflect on the call to live out your faith in practical ways. True devotion is not confined to prayer alone, but is revealed through acts of love, kindness, and service. Let your thoughts dwell on the opportunities to embody God's compassion daily, in the smile you share, in the patience you extend, in the listening ear you offer to someone in need. Consider that even the smallest act of goodness, done with intention and love, is a form of worship, a reflection of the divine presence within you. Feel your heart open to these possibilities, understanding that spiritual growth is nurtured through both contemplation and action, through devotion expressed internally and externally, in word and deed. In this sacred meditation, ask for strength to meet life's challenges with courage, resilience, and faith. Envision God's guiding hand steadying you when uncertainty clouds your mind, His light illuminating paths that may otherwise remain hidden. Reflect on the moments when doubt creeps in or when fear threatens to sway your spirit, and surrender these feelings into His care, trusting that His wisdom will provide clarity and His love will provide comfort. Allow yourself to feel the reassurance that comes from knowing that divine guidance is always available, a steady compass pointing toward truth, righteousness, and peace. As you intercede for others and for yourself, sense the profound connection that prayer fosters, a bond that transcends time and space, uniting hearts and spirits in the shared intention of seeking goodness, protection, and grace. Let your compassion grow, extending naturally to neighbors, strangers, and communities in need. Reflect on the ways you can be a conduit for God's love in practical ways, through listening, encouraging, offering help, and showing patience. Each act of service, each moment of selfless love, is an extension of divine care, a living prayer that complements the words of your heart. Imagine now the ripple effect of your prayers, expanding like waves across the waters of life, touching people and places you may never see, but that are deeply connected in the unseen network of God's providence. Trust that your intentions, offered sincerely, carry the power to inspire hope, bring comfort, and plant seeds of transformation. Reflect on the balance between surrender and action, between trusting in God's plan and participating actively in His work on earth. Let this awareness guide your choices, your interactions, and your daily efforts, knowing that even the simplest acts of love and kindness echo in eternity when rooted in faith. As you breathe and remain in this sacred awareness, return to the idea of divine protection, envisioning it as both shield and guide. See God's light forming a gentle barrier against harm, while simultaneously illuminating your path forward. Feel a sense of safety, courage, and clarity washing over you, reaffirming that His presence is constant, unwavering, and intimately aware of your needs. With each breath, let this feeling grow, filling every corner of your mind, body, and spirit, grounding you in the assurance of His watchful care and unconditional love. Finally, allow your heart to rest in gratitude for the privilege of intercession, recognizing that the act of praying for others strengthens your own spirit as much as it blesses theirs. Feel the sacred harmony that arises from connecting with God's love for yourself, your loved ones, and the wider world. Reflect on the peace that comes from surrendering your own worries and desires into His hands, trusting that He knows the perfect timing, the best paths, and the hidden blessings within each circumstance. Allow this meditation to infuse your being with renewed strength, compassion, and purpose, readying you to move forward with courage, empathy, and unwavering faith. And as you linger in this space, sense the quiet invitation to continue your spiritual journey with open eyes, open hands, and a heart fully attuned to God's guidance. Let the awareness of His presence, protection, and wisdom become the foundation of your daily life, inspiring every thought, word, and action. Carry forward the sense of intercession, understanding that your prayers, your compassion, and your love are never isolated, but part of a greater work of grace, creating light, hope, and healing in the world around you. As you remain in this sacred space, let your mind dwell on profound gifts of faith and hope. Reflect on the ways in which trusting in God's plan, even amidst uncertainty and difficulty, brings a quiet strength to the heart. Faith is not merely belief in what we see, but confidence in the unseen, assurance that every step we take is guided by wisdom beyond our understanding. Hope, like a gentle flame, renews the spirit, illuminating paths that may appear shadowed or confusing. It gives purpose to our struggles, transforming trials into opportunities for growth and perseverance. Even when life feels heavy, when burdens press upon your soul, remember that hope can lift you, can remind you that God's light shines through every darkness, offering guidance, renewal, and the promise of a brighter day. Consider the power of love, the divine energy that transforms not only our own hearts, but also the hearts of those around us. Love gives courage, softens hearts hardened by pain, and inspires acts of kindness that ripple through families, communities, and nations. It is through love that reconciliation becomes possible, that patience and understanding flourish, and that the world begins to mirror the compassion of its Creator. Courage and love are intertwined. To love deeply often requires bravery. To forgive, to extend grace, to stand for truth even when it is difficult. Picture yourself embodying this love fully, fearless in your compassion, resilient in your care, unwavering in your commitment to reflect God's heart in every thought, word, and deed. Reflect also on perseverance, the quiet, steadfast determination to continue walking in faith even when the road is arduous and the outcome uncertain. Life often presents trials designed not to defeat us, but to strengthen our spirit, to test the depth of our trust, and to reveal the resilience God has placed within us. Every challenge met with patience and grace becomes a testimony to His sustaining power. Every obstacle overcome a witness to the courage inspired by divine guidance. Think of those who have walked difficult paths before you, whose lives of endurance illuminate the strength that faith can nurture. Let their example inspire you to rise each day with determination, to face fears and hardships with a steadfast heart, and to embrace the journey with trust in God's unfailing presence. In moments when doubt whispers or when fear threatens to weaken resolve, turn your thoughts inward to the wellspring of courage and faith within you. Remind yourself that God's strength is made perfect in your weakness, that your efforts guided by Him are never in vain, and that even small steps taken with trust carry profound significance in the unfolding of His plan. Let each breath remind you of the divine presence sustaining you, each heartbeat a gentle assurance that you are never alone. In this awareness, find encouragement, renewed motivation, and the inner fortitude to continue walking with integrity, purpose, and devotion. As your reflection deepens, consider the interconnectedness of gratitude, protection, intercession, faith, hope, love, and perseverance. See how each element nourishes the other, creating a life rich in spiritual depth and purpose. Gratitude opens the heart to recognize God's hand in every circumstance. Protection and guidance remind us of His constant presence. Intercession extends love beyond ourselves. Faith sustains the spirit. Hope lifts us in darkness. Love transforms and heals, and perseverance allows us to live fully, embracing every opportunity to grow closer to the divine. In this harmonious awareness, allow your soul to rest in peace, strengthened by the realization that you are an active participant in a life filled with divine purpose and blessing. Envision yourself walking each day guided by these truths. Begin with moments of quiet reflection, offering thanks for the simple joys and profound lessons alike. Approach each decision with prayerful discernment, seeking wisdom and clarity from the divine. Extend kindness and compassion in your interactions, becoming a vessel through which God's love flows naturally into the lives of others. Let hope inspire your vision for the future, courage embolden your steps, and faith steady your heart, even when the path is uncertain. Know that perseverance is not just enduring difficulty, but embracing the process of growth, trusting that every trial shapes your character and aligns you more closely with God's will. As you meditate on these truths, allow encouragement to fill your heart. You are capable of remarkable strength when rooted in faith. You are a beacon of hope when guided by love. You are a source of light when compassion flows through your actions. Every prayer you utter, every act of kindness you extend, every moment of courage and integrity you live, contributes to a life of profound impact, echoing God's goodness into the world. Let this awareness bring a sense of empowerment and peace, knowing that your choices, guided by spiritual intention, create ripples far beyond your immediate perception, touching hearts and lives in ways you may never fully see. Imagine now the life you are called to live, one imbued with unwavering faith, grounded in hope, radiant with love, strengthened by courage, and persevering through every challenge. Visualize yourself walking this path with serenity and confidence, fully aware of God's guidance at every step. See yourself embracing moments of uncertainty with trust, responding to fear with courage, and facing trials with a steady assurance that divine support surrounds you. Let each reflection deepen your connection to the sacred, reinforcing the knowledge that you are held, guided, and loved unconditionally. Now, take a moment to integrate all that you have reflected upon: gratitude, protection, intercession, faith, hope, love, courage, and perseverance into a single heartfelt prayer devotion. Offer thanks for life itself, for the blessings both seen and unseen, for the guidance that has carried you this far. Pray for the continued strength to walk in alignment with God's will, for the courage to love fully, the wisdom to discern rightly, and the perseverance to endure with grace. Extend this prayer outward, lifting the needs of family, friends, communities, and those suffering in silence, trusting that your intercession aligns a divine plan greater than your understanding. Feel the peace that comes from surrendering fully to the sacred rhythm, from allowing your heart, mind, and spirit to be aligned with divine purpose. Know that meditation and prayer are not temporary acts, but ongoing sources of strength and renewal. Carry this awareness with you into every day. Allow it to influence your thoughts, guide your actions, and inspire your words. Each breath can become a prayer, each interaction an opportunity for love, and each challenge a chance to exercise faith, hope, and courage. As you draw this meditation to a close, let your spirit rest in the knowledge that you are never alone. God's presence is constant, His love unwavering, and His guidance always available. Feel gratitude for protection and intercession that surround you, for the faith that sustains you, and for the hope that illuminates your path. Embrace the courage that moves you forward, the love that transforms you and others, and the perseverance that empowers you to endure. Let this awareness fill you with serenity, confidence, and joy, a living reflection of the divine light that resides within and around you. Finally, remain in this space for a few more moments, breathing in the assurance of God's presence and exhaling any lingering doubts or fears. Let your heart be filled with the gentle power of faith, the renewing warmth of hope, the transformative force of love, the steadfast strength of courage, and the enduring light of perseverance. Carry these gifts with you, knowing that they are not merely reflections of this meditation, but living truths to guide, sustain, and inspire you in every moment of life. And as you step forward, allow your soul to shine, your spirit to soar, and your life to testify to the grace, goodness, and infinite love of the Creator who walks beside you always.